Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Free Banter and Insights. Today we'll be talking about the Game Week 15 review with a special focus on the Premier League. So let us begin with a bit of, let's say, a note. So Villa, Emery, and Buendia pull off a rabbit out of the hat against the Gunners. From one goal conceded in their first five matches to being 3 points off the top of the table now. Chelsea managed to get a point away at Bournemouth, and aside, I would say Bournemouth would have actually come across this game and felt that they actually dropped 2 points. Everton, Newcastle, and Spurs with great wins at home. City, Foden, and Cherki put on a show, like a literal exhibition at Sunderland, against Sunderland. Leeds came back twice, once from 2-0 down and once from 3-2 down against Liverpool to get a draw. But all the talk of the week was focused on Mo Salah and his explosive interview. Hammers got a point away at Brighton, and Palace got an impressive away win at Craven Cottage, despite Fulham scoring one of the team goals of the weekend. So this leaves us with Arsenal still top of the table, City and Villa covering up the top three, and only 3 points separate the top three now. In fourth place, believe it or not, is Crystal Palace, who are leading a pack which goes up till Brentford in 14th, which is separated by just 7 points. So I think this should be like the backdrop of our discussion today. So let's get, I think, the points in order. So I think let's start off with the early game, which was Villa at home against Arsenal. So Varun, Manan, what were your views on this?
I think cracker of a game, yeah. It was a great game to watch. I think Villa over the last few years has been like a bogey team for Arsenal, and Emery again proving that he's such a great manager. Um, yeah, I mean, again a tough fixture for Arsenal. Some one of the fixtures where they have usually dropped points in the last 3 or 4 years. Came across a Villa team which was completely on form and one of the best forms in the league if you consider last whatever 8 games or something. Um, and yeah, I mean they showed why, right? Like I think they were amazing. I think Villa played a superb game. Arsenal were also handicapped because both the centre backs, three centre backs were out. In fact, Mosquera injured, along with Saliba and Gabriel as well. Um, so yeah, a lot of things kind of coming together and ended up with like this great game, which actually closed the lead down to 3 points for the top three players now, for the top three teams now. Uh, Overall, I feel some of the things that Arsenal lacked I felt they should have started with a bit more intensity, especially in the first 20 minutes when they went when it was 1-1. I feel that both the teams were in the game, but again, like that, a lot of goal mouth action at the end, and the last minute, and sometimes this happens. So it's okay, not too disappointed. It's just that we need to get our form back. We need to get our defensive structure back. In the last 3 or 4 games, we have been conceding a lot of goals again. So need to just get back into that, like rhythm of winning game after game. It happens. I think this was a very tough run of fixture for Arsenal with Tottenham, Bayern, Chelsea, Bournemouth, and then Villa. So I think, sorry, Brentford and then Villa. So I feel it's yeah, such things do happen, but we are still 2 points ahead of Man City, and I think put your heads down, take it game by game, and then we can still kind of put in a great season, win the league from here. So yeah.
So since the beginning of the season, the most of the goals that Arsenal are scoring are through set pieces or set piece like situations. And I remember watching a run of few games, maybe in like September October period, where they were not creating a lot of chances, and relying on dead ball situations or dead ball like situations to win. Now, like Odegaard is back, Saka is back. At that time, both of them were injured. Madueke was playing, Eze was sort of trying to find his feet, Trossard was playing, Gyökeres was playing. I think now they will probably go back to a more free flowing team that they were in previous seasons, and like start we'll start seeing more patterns and more chances created, and then goals will flow a bit more. That's what I feel about Arsenal now.
One thing that has changed over the last few games is that so if you see since the Tottenham game, right, when Eze kind of scored that hat trick, Odegaard has come back, and which has actually pushed Eze back into the wide left role. Now, what is happening is that Odegaard is still not back in form after his injury. So, of course, I mean he will take some time to kind of hit their strides. But Eze, the output that he was having as a number 10 when he was playing in that Odegaard role, in that inside right role, the output that he was having was much more effective than what he's having on the left hand side right now. Um, so that is one thing that Arteta needs to look at as well right now as to what needs to be the role that Eze needs to take in this team with Odegaard fit, and how can he fit both of these players, and or probably how can he improve Eze in that wide left role. Um, because that wide left role or the left wing role that we have in our team where Martinelli and Trossard typically play, you need to come back very frequently to support the fullback, because Calafury as well bombs ahead quite often. Now, in this game, the first goal also came because it was Eze's error and he lost his runner on the far post on the left hand side. He lost Matty Cash, and that's why Cash scored the goal. A Trossard or a Martinelli at that position, because they are so used to playing in that position, wouldn't have made that error. So these are like the fine tuning that needs to come in going forward if Eze has to play on the left hand side. So something that needs to be worked on. But yeah, all credit to like Villa. I think they had a great game. I think they are the most informed team in the league right now. And after the start that they had, only being 3 points from the top, it's all credit to Emery and team.
So after the first 5 games, they had just scored one goal, and
Yeah,
literally, I think everyone had completely written them off.
yeah,
And if you look at it right now, there are like so many redemption arcs. So you've got Emiliano Buendia, who was once a very talented young Argentine playing for Norwich, and from that he became a very highly coveted player from the championship. Had a big money move to Villa, which never worked out. And earlier this summer, he was made surplus to requirements. They were looking to sell him, but he said that he will be wanting to fight for his place. And he looks like a crazy signing now, like a new renewed signing, because we all remember the one of the goals of the season's contenders against Spurs, the cash to Lucas Digna, left foot to Buendia trying a Trevella and then hitting it with the left into the far right corner. And now again Buendia, and if you see the goal closely, he had literally three actions inside the box for that final goal. He had a chance, like a great left-footed shot, which Raya saved very well. He got the ball. He just touched the ball towards another Villa player, and then he was waiting patiently just for the ball to come towards him so that he could strike first time. So great presence of mind, great redemption arc, and good to see another, let's say now a middle-aged Argentine creating waves ahead of the World Cup. And then we have the redemption arc of Emery. So I was going through the stats. So the year Leicester won the Premier League. The year before that, Chelsea had won the Premier League, and they finished 10th the next season. And Hazard came back overweight. Mourinho had a big fallout with the team doctor, Eva Carneiro, and there was a huge controversy around it. They had a run of back to back defeats, and eventually he was sacked on December 17th. And if you look at the way the Liverpool season has gone, they won the title convincingly last season. And after the first few games, they have also been pegged back very badly. And now, like, I think we have to definitely discuss the Mo Salah interview. Like, I think that is the hottest thing out there in global sports right now, along with, let's say, the Gambhir and Park Jindal fallout and Lando Norris winning the F1 championship. But on a football horizon, this is like a nuclear bomb which has been hit, right? So I think let's give Emery his flowers, and maybe we can take another 30 seconds or so if you want to discuss this game a little more. But any chance, like, I want to get your opinion. So the reason why I referred to Leicester is because during that season, Leicester had no chance of winning the league, right? 5,000 to 1. And at the beginning of the season, no one would have given Villa any chance of winning the league. What do you guys think? Is there any chance at all that Emery can pull off a miracle and win it with Villa?
Anything can
Villa's
happen, dude.
playing in
Anything can
Europe, right?
happen.
Villa's playing in the Europa League, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it will happen then. I don't
Villa,
think like they'll have the squad
Europa
depth to
or the
compete in
conference, one
Europe,
of the
and
two.
so
I think all of these teams are coming into form right before
yeah,
they
but
play Arsenal,
whichever,
and after
I
they
don't
play
think they'll have
Arsenal,
the
they drop off.
squad depth.
Yeah, let's see because Villa are
Same thing
going to
happened
Unfortunately,
with
face.
they
Chelsea
played
as
the
well.
first game at Arsenal.
I agree. यूनाइटेड का तो वहां से ही सीजन खत्म हो गया था.
I swear. I did.
और क्या? And we actually did play one of our best games at Arsenal. Really.
Yeah,
I know. So did Chelsea. Chelsea played one of their best games against Arsenal.
Chelsea would, I would say, they played one of their best games against Barca, and against Arsenal would be, of course, the top 3 4 for sure.
Them,
And
even Sunderland when they played against us, they were in like super form.
yeah,
We drew against them, and then after that they dropped off. And now City reaped the benefits of that this weekend. So yeah. Anyways, let's move to the next fixture,
no, no. So
which was
just a very, so let's say,
When you're 100, it's different.
sorry, Manan, we couldn't hear you. I think Varun
I
is
think
also
Manan is
Acha.
we're losing him. Manan didn't make it.
Okay, so yeah, so I was saying ki, like,
Literally and figuratively, both.
would you would you give Villa like a fighting chance at a title from 15 games in?
Mm, I mean, see, weirder things have happened in the league, right? Like you're pointing about the Leicester winning the title. So anything can happen. The probability wise, of course, I wouldn't ascribe a high probability to it, but yeah, possibility wise, anything can is possible.
And would you like it to happen? Like, let's say,
Of course not. I
Manan,
mean, I want Arsenal to win the league, dude. But
I
yeah,
think we're losing
uh,
Manan again.
we uh, we don't want such adverts for the game when Arsenal is going to win the league, dude. At least I don't want that. Same thing happened in the Leicester season because Arsenal were the
Fighting
favorites
for
to
that.
win the league that season.
Yeah,
Yeah, so cannot happen again. I hope.
yeah.
If
Let's see.
United is not winning, I would prefer Villa wins it.
No, I
I
think
think all the
all
neutrals might
19
would
clubs,
prefer Villa.
all 19 clubs would prefer Villa winning it. Like in general, like if your team is not competing for the title, you would want Villa to win it, just from a romantic perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So except for City and Arsenal, I think every
Yeah.
other club would want that.
Hmm.
Cool. So this was one of the key storylines of the week. Uh, I think this week we can actually just
So just a
kind of,
quick point on that. Just a
yeah,
quick point on that. Villa actually has a very difficult run of games
yeah.
starting next weekend, which is West Ham away, home to United, away to Chelsea, and then away to Arsenal again. So playing United, Chelsea, and Arsenal in a span of 10 days will actually be their true test. So yeah, let's see. And that is followed by Nottingham Forest and Crystal Palace.
It's a very
So yeah,
tough fixtures for sure.
yeah. So let's see. This is, I think, we'll come to know their true credentials in the next 4 to 6 games. I feel.
So
Say
Emery
by the
came
end
out
of
and
like,
yeah, Emery came out and he said that the talk of the title is not relevant right now. The teams which will be, let's say, on top or within 5 points of the title till April are the ones that you can consider seriously. So I think he is giving it kind of like a 30 game horizon, wherein after the next round of 15 fixtures, he will have a better position to understand whether the team can compete or not. So the last 8 games was he was referring to that is
yeah,
where the
which is
title.
always the case, right?
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
So
By the way, hot news: Liverpool have left out Salah for the Champions League squad.
which was given. I think let's go down to this conversation now. We can circle back to some other topics, but so again, setting the context, Liverpool playing Leeds and Liverpool being 2-0 up, Leeds drawing 2-2. Sabozlai again, he thought he got the winner, and then Leeds equalized before the end of the closing time, and it ended 3-3. And I think there were Liverpool fans which were very disappointed, but they had no idea what was going to follow, right, in the next half an hour. And like it, like when the news broke, I actually thought that this is some sort of a deep fake, or this is some sort of someone has just created an AI video, or just doing some time pass here and there. But the more information started flowing, and it was like, oh my god, what just happened? So would any one of you want to actually share what exactly did Mo Salah say about Liverpool, the club, and his lot?
See, in a brief,
So in a
what I would
gist,
like to
he
say.
go ahead,
Yeah, man, go ahead. Man, go ahead.
I think both of you will enjoy, like it's like a
Varun.
let Manan have his glory moment. Yeah, go
No,
for
so
it.
I'll just quickly. I think essentially what he said is that he feels that the club is throwing him under the bus, and someone at the club wants him to leave because they are sort of he's the only prominent guy who's been left out of the team, whereas the whole team has underperformed according to him, and the communication is also not there, and so yeah, he feels slighted. He loves the club, but he feels slighted, and he has given hints and indications that maybe he will not be back to Liverpool after the AFCON. So yeah, in short, that's what he said. I think it is very childish of him to do that. Like it's very similar to what Cristiano did in 2022, just before the World Cup with that interview with Piers Morgan, and I think it was very childish then, and I think it's very childish now also for a player to do this, and it really tarnishes his image as a legend for the club. Like, okay, you have been dropped for a few games, and like you just need to, take it on the chin, work hard, and win your place back. Like that's what I feel, and so yeah, I think it was not right for him.
Who
हाँ,
would
ठीक
be
है.
the
So
most
broadly,
happiest?
I kind of. Sorry.
Varun, who would be the most happiest seeing this interview of Salah? Like, which set of fans would be the most happiest?
Probably
Saudi fans.
Saudi fans. I mean, I don't know. The thing is that okay, fine. Coming back to the whole point, broadly, I agree with Manan, but I wouldn't compare it to the Ronaldo interview. One for one, I think the context was a little different in both the cases. So yeah, I mean, this was more like a post-match interview. Your team had just lost. They're in a bad run of form. Like I don't think was it warranted for him to come out and say this at that point. Probably no. Um, whereas when it goes to the Ronaldo interview, it was a not in the heat of the moment thing where was cold, calculated, international break, did a sit down, proper sit down, 1 hour interview with Piers Morgan, explained the whole thing, not out of any frustration, but also out of like it was more like calculated and trying to make people understand what is happening at the club and what is wrong with the club, and which was actually most justified because it was trying to explain the United fans actually what the issue is at the club. Correct. I feel Mo Salah was more about petulance, where he is being just kind of made to sit on the bench and he's just acting up. And he did that last time as well when the contract talks were going on and there was a delay in his contract renewal. Right. The only time he comes out and gives an interview is when he has to complain about the club. Now, the second point being on the Liverpool front, I think on the Liverpool front, this might be a very calculated move as well, right? They had to get Mo Salah to sign a new contract to retain his value because he was going to leave on free this last summer, correct? So they were all good with him. They were trying to get him on their good books. They were they were like, okay, fine, we'll give you a good contract, but they needed to sign him on a good contract to retain his value. Now that they have retained his value, they want to get rid of him at a good price, and now he's desperate to leave as well, right? So this is like a perfect way to kind of sell him to Saudi and probably extract how much ever money they want to. So I think it cuts both the ways. Salah might be right to some extent. Why is he being singled out in the way he's being singled out right now? But to the other end, he's also completely out of form. Like it's not as if he's doing some great thing on the pitch. And the way he came out and gave an interview, I think it could have been a much better way of actually explaining himself to the fans instead of actually coming out right after the match and kind of giving such a interview to the person.
So Salah mentioned in the interview regarding broken promises. So apparently last season there was a huge delay in terms of contract talks, and they were looking to settle on the final numbers, and more than the numbers, it was his place in the squad, right? He had 67 goal contributions for Liverpool last season, which is his most productive year since he has joined the club. And he was told that he will be a key member going forward, of course, and they will spend big in the summer and they will create a squad which is capable of winning the league again. And this was the basic, backdrop against which he was promised that you stay at the club for another 2 years and we will help you compete and
But
you will
you
be
be
players.
but you be in football, there are no guarantees, right? How can you guarantee that you will always start
That
if
is
you're
where the
out of form?
broken that is where the
Yeah, but
broken promises comes in.
yeah, but as a player, you will start if you're playing well. You won't start if you're not playing well,
That is his
and
point.
especially at a club like Liverpool, right?
So that
Where
is his point. Ki if you look at the forwards, which other forward has scored more goals than him? Isak has not scored. Isak has scored one
But
out of
which
12.
other forward has played all those minutes as him?
If you look at the
Ekitike has.
comparisons, no one has. Like even if you look
Yeah.
at the minutes per
So that's
goals,
what I'm saying.
he's still leading. Except for Ekitike, he's still leading.
Yeah. So the thing is, I think in this Liverpool team, Salah is the most easily replaceable forward, where Sobozlai can take his place, and then their midfield can be slightly stronger with like more. You have Gravenberg, McAllister, and Wirtz, and then Sobozlai is playing on the right wing, but he's also there like with his legs to give solidity in the midfield, track back, and then you have Gakpo and Ekitike or Isak sort of running forward. Whereas Soboslai can't really play on the left. Soboslai can't play centre forward. So Salah is the most easily sort of replaceable player in this team. Like you can't replace Van Dijk. You don't have replacements for Van Dijk. You don't have replacements for Konate. You don't have replacements in the right back, left back position. You don't have replacements in central midfield. Where do you have a replacement? Only on the right wing or the left wing.
Honestly, I don't think the right wing is a replaceable option. Yeah, like they don't have a natural right winger. Like Sobosla is not a natural right winger. He
So
will
You
be
mean
when
the
he
more.
was
problem
playing,
is
no, when he was playing for Leipzig, he would play off the right wing and as a number 10 both. He rarely ever played number 8 or number 6 or whatever. He was more of a attacking player who could drift in from the right or play centrally.
you be also the thought process was that key basically your wing backs are the weak point right now. Your full backs are the weak point right now. Salah wasn't tracking back to give any support to the fullback. Now with Saboslai in front of the fullback, the idea was that probably Saboslai will fall back and actually give more defensive support to the fullback. So that was a whole thought process behind the switch. Um, and again, I feel okay, like um, like okay, fine. There, that's what I said. Liverpool probably overpromised because they wanted him to sign the dotted line, right? Because he was getting to the end of the contract, and if he didn't sign, they were going to lose him for free, and they didn't want that, and they probably overpromised with respect to what they should have. But
And
on
I
the
don't
other
think it was
hand,
over promising on purpose, also. Like it wasn't a planned strategy. Like he was performing so well that you're inclined to over promise. And it wasn't like the
correct.
Rashford situation where he's performing just because it's a contract renewal time. Like it's a legendary player who's had one of the best seasons of his career. So you overpromise and like you do whatever you can do to retain him.
To and on the flip side, when a club says to a player, especially in the one of the top teams, that okay, fine, you are a starter, it comes with a caveat that you are a starter if you're playing well. No one is going to play you if you're not playing well, dude. Like that is, I mean,
No, no.
I
So
don't know.
that is the side of the argument of Salah, right? So that's what I'm saying. What his point is, if you look at Gakpo's stats, if you look at Isak's stats, if you look at Salah's stats, minutes per goal and assist, he's actually doing better than those two. It's only Ekitike who scored more goals and assists than Salah. So he's like, if
But
someone leave, then why is it me that is being sacrificed? Why am I
because
being the scapegoat?
him being in the team is also sacrificing a lot from the team, right? Like as Varun was mentioning, he doesn't track back, and that leaves gaps. So you need to like even when again I'm going to go back to that Ronaldo comparison that even when Ronaldo was playing for United, he would be the top scorer. Like in his first season, he was a top scorer. I think in the second season also he was a top scorer. And like I genuinely loved that player, and I was so happy that he was at United. But then him being in that team takes away something from the team because at this age he's not going to perform as a unit. Like you have to give him that free hand that okay, you're not tracking back, you're not pressing, you're just like being there and you're there to score the goals. And when you do that, like when Salah did the same thing last season, but the output was so much higher that you are taking that okay chalo, the output is so much higher that I'm ready to take that negative for the team. But when the output decreases, then you don't want to take that negative. Like it's not balancing. And I think that's the reason why Slot has taken this call of benching Salah. Maybe the communication wasn't there, and that is the issue. More than the benching, like having the right communication between manager and player, that should maybe that is the bigger problem than just not paying them.
Any like I was referring to the fact that there will be an entire county up in Newcastle who are just literally gonna be shouting off the top of their heads, "Karma is back." Like literally, they destabilize Isak throughout the summer, and now their best player, Liverpool's best player, a legend, has done the same for their club.
Maybe Newcastle should get Salah.
Oh, that'll be crazy.
I mean, they
I don't
could,
see that
right? Like
happening.
Saudi,
Saudi connections.
Saudi connection, just the FFP. Like they could take him to Saudi and then loan him to Newcastle, right? Imagine.
But on a serious note, any Premier League club or any top club, let's say even Madrid, because they don't have a recognized right winger at the moment, do you just try and get Salah for a season or two and just, you know, try and see if you can win something big with him?
It depends. I think you need to be a club who's just right there, and this guy's going to take you over the line. I don't think you can be a club who's building.
I think Bayern can be a great platform if they
Bayern
are serious about
Olise,
the Champions League.
Olise ke aage to he will not start for
Ah,
sure. Olise is too good right now.
yeah.
No one like, I think honestly in terms of stats also if you look at it, Olise and Kane and Diaz have been like one of the best front threes which are there.
Yeah, I don't see any team, any top team in
Napoli,
Europe. Napoli, no.
But I
Conte
also
would be his
feel
magic.
Conte and Salah are like too too inflammable together. Like
Nahi, and
Conte
Salah
needs
needs a
discipline
more
in his team.
unstructured form of play. Yeah.
Yeah,
Conte
yeah,
is too structured.
yeah. Like if Mbappe wasn't at Madrid, I would have said Salah is good for Madrid. But now they have Mbappe and they have Vinicius, and like it's already too much. It's even Perez is not so stupid. Like he had that Galactico phase and he understood that, and he's not replicated that since.
But I
PSG,
think I
you ask Salah to be like a, let's say a forward like a Dembele instead of playing out on the out on the wings. You
But
got
Dembele
Kunya,
still presses, no?
Dembele still presses, yeah.
Yeah. Like again, Luis Enrique with the kind of sort of structure that he has in the team, it's very difficult.
but I think Salah going to African Cup of Nation is like a silver lining for Liverpool right now.
Mhm. The no, it will be bad if he goes there and starts like performing really well and scores a lot of goals. Then it will come back on slot that okay, how could you not extract this kind of performance from him?
Arey yaar, AFCON versus EPL is a big difference, yeah.
हाँ, but no
But I
one
see
checks
what you
that ना
mean.
यार. हाँ, like
I see
media
what you
तो ये
mean.
सब नहीं
English
देखती
media
है.
can be a little crazy.
हाँ.
English media, the
Yeah.
Egyptian media will go wild.
Mhm. But I think a great response from Liverpool as well. I think it's a response of a proper Champions team which actually knows that the club is more important than the player. Irrespective of where you are in the league or irrespective of what situation you are, you cannot give to a petulance of any single player or
Yeah.
women fancies of any single player. So if you are going out of the line and acting stupid, you will be dropped, irrespective whether you are Salah, you are Mbappe, or you are Messi.
And the
He's
funny part
dropped,
is in his
he's dropped
interview, he
for,
says that I'm not bigger than the club. He
uh,
literally said that I'm not bigger than the club.
so he's dropped for Inter only or he's also dropped for Brighton.
Just the Champions League squad, right?
But at least that's, I think it's a fair call. I think they should have
Yeah,
dropped them after that interview. So
yeah.
I think I like the
And
response by Liverpool.
yeah. And I think they should not drop him at Brighton. If it is supposed to be his last game for Liverpool at home, I think he deserves at least to be in the squad and like come on for a few minutes and just say goodbye to all the fans.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Depends on how emotional you are as a, or how ruthless you are. I don't know. So yeah, as a Liverpool fan, of course, I get what you're saying. But as a neutral, I feel that a line needs to be drawn about with such behavior. So
So I was going through the comments of our Liverpool fan friend. So at the beginning of the, let's say, the restart after the international window, he had shared his comments saying that Liverpool are likely to win 9 out of 11 games from here.
I remember that. I
They have
remember
lost two already and drawn one. And then on the subject of Salah, he said, "Form is temporary, class is permanent."
that. I think we have all learned to take his words with a pinch of salt.
Okay.
Anyways, yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
Let's
Aside
move to
from
the next
that,
one.
yeah, there were some good home wins for Everton, Newcastle, and Spurs. And I think this week, the lesser we speak about Chelsea, the better, because I think Bournemouth honestly had the better of the chances in that game.
I can't believe Bournemouth had didn't score in that game. I think they had some
Sanchez was
really,
really good. Sanchez made some really good saves.
but
And
Semenyo was really good as well. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, but it was more saves rather than misses. So
yeah,
Sanchez stepped up, then Fofana and Gusto had like a couple of last ditch tackles which kind of went in the right direction. But overall, I think Bournemouth would look at this game and feel that they should have got the 3 points
yeah,
because Chelsea offered very little in this game.
yeah, yeah.
But Palmer came back, so that's good news.
It'll take him time as well, similar to Odegaard, right?
Yeah.
Usually, when you come back in the team, you require at least 3, 4 games to kind of come up to speed. So I think it'll take time. I think in terms of so Delap went out very early. He got injured again, a bad shoulder injury. Uh, João Pedro hasn't been starting because he's been nursing an injury. So again, I think it's the same old problem with Chelsea, wherein there's no proper focal point, and you're trying to rely on the white players to kind of rescue you. So it can work most of the time, but I think let's see next few games how it develops. Uh,
I think Chelsea's medical department doesn't really work so hard. They are like इतना बड़ा squad है कोई ना कोई तो खेल ही
Hopefully, unfortunately, it's not working.
लेगा.
Currently, Arsenal is falling into the same category.
Yeah, I'm surprised by that because they have been very lucky with Saliba and Gabriel not missing more than 164 games at a stretch. So it's like one of them have always started in the last 4 seasons. So suddenly that gap has just opened up a little bit.
Yeah. And more than that, even Mosquera is injured at the same
Yeah,
time. So it's like it's
Yeah.
become like a trifecta of this.
yeah.
But
Like
Timber
I think
honestly
now
played
is the
really well.
time to.
Timber
Sorry.
was, I think, Timber played well
Yeah.
at centre back. He did everything right.
Yeah, yeah. He
The
used to be
problem is
centre
that,
back at Ajax. He used to play a lot at centre backs at Ajax.
but the problem is that it's not his natural position. Like he's much better suited as a fullback. And the second point is that Ben White is just coming back from an injury as well. So if you like in the Villa game, I don't know if you guys noticed that he by the end of it he was gone. Like he
Yeah.
had no legs. So just coming back after injury and playing two back-to-back games, first midweek and then Villa, I think it was too much for him. So
Hmm.
that entire right side was kind of compromised. And to add to that, Saka got a yellow card, and to prevent him from getting a red, he was substituted, and that
Nothing
actually
otherwise.
kind of completely weakened the right hand side. So I think a lot of factors played into that result when it came to Arsenal as well. Would have taken a draw, like would have loved to like get away from there with a draw, but I mean, yeah, such things happen.
Then we had, I think, one of the most entertaining games of the weekend, wherein City, Foden, and Ryan Cherky were on song. I think some of the moves of Foden and Cherky in this game were like, literally street soccer.
Yeah,
There was a
yeah.
Rabona assist. There was Cherky literally going on the left on the right hand flank. He beat two of his players and then chipped the ball in, which could have also been a finish by Haaland, but was saved on the line. Then Foden had some really good touches. Like he had a couple of like he let the ball go and then like he got the ball back. So it was like very fun to watch. It was very unlike a Guardiola well drilled side, to be honest. And after the game, when he was asked about the Rabona assist, he kind of lost it and he said, I have managed Lionel Messi and he has never done a Rabona assist. So when you can do a normal cross in the box, then I don't understand the need of doing that. So yeah,
Typical Guardiola, यार. मतलब.
yeah. So
Yeah.
essentially, like if you see his interview, he went on to speak almost for like in terms of sentences, there were like almost 20 sentences on Lionel Messi after that, wherein he was comparing managing Messi to managing like Cherki. And yeah, but I think just like I think at the beginning of the season, we were saying that City are pretty much a Haaland focused team. And if he's out of form, then they'll struggle. But now, if you see Donnarumma is there, Haaland is there, Foden has suddenly come back to life. Then you've got Cherki who's doing well. Doku in certain games is doing really well. Rodri is still to come back. You've got Nico
I
O'Reilly who's been very, very good at left back. I think for me, he's been one of the best left backs this season because he does everything very well. And he's very tall as well. So he gives them that aerial presence. So
But I
overall,
think
I
it's just one game, yeah. Like they are also dropping points here and there.
no,
They
no,
are
they are
also
definitely
very
dropping points
inconsistent.
for sure. But the thing is,
So
they are not only Haaland focused anymore. Like, even
no,
if
but that's
Haaland
what
is
I'm
not,
saying. It's just one
uh,
game, right? Like in the other games, they have been Haaland focused.
not really. So,
Like
like in the
I
last four
think
games, Foden has scored 6 goals and Haaland
so.
has scored 1 goal.
I think Guardiola has now found that perfect right triangle where Shirky, Foden, Haaland become the very good triangle between themselves. Because I don't think he has explored this combination a lot so far this season, and I think I we'll see much more of this combination going forward with the way these three were connecting in the game yesterday
I have
or
a
over the
feeling he
weekend.
will drop Cherki soon till he
Really, no, dude.
till
I
he
don't
gets
think
till
his
he
after
stopped.
that performance, I don't think he's getting dropped. I think he'll become a regular at that right side because left side Doku has stepped up.
yeah.
That right side was the missing puzzle so far. And he kept trying different players. He kept trying Mamouche over there. He kept trying Bernardo Silva in that position. He beach mein one of the games he moved Foden on the right hand side. So that right hand side was the missing link, and I think now basically Haaland and uske piche you have Foden, Cherki, and Doku become the three like supporters to him, and then the two midfielders. So I think now he's find that perfect missing link on the right hand side.
Is Cherki the bargain signing of the season?
I
Ah,
think
it's
I
too
would still
early
go
to
with
tell.
Mosquera.
Mosquera, yeah, fair enough.
Yeah,
I mean, I would
I
say
think
Grealish.
Grealish
Grealish is
on a
not a bad
free,
show.
right?
Sorry,
On a free,
he's
right?
on
Like
loan.
loan.
He's on loan.
Yeah,
Loan. Yeah.
but technically free.
हाँ मतलब I mean there have been many really good signings. Yeah, like if
Granit
we go
Xhaka, I
through the
would say,
list,
would fall in that category
yeah,
as well.
Xhaka in that
Dewsbury Hall.
category. Yeah.
He's been insane at Everton.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
mean I would rank Turkey below all of these guys because again it's just one or two games, so you need to give it time to see consistent performances. In the long run, yes, maybe.
Yeah.
And in Sunday's fixtures, we had West Ham getting a point away at Brighton, and that was followed by Palace getting an impressive away win at Fulham, wherein Fulham actually scored one of the team goals of the weekend. So, if you see the goal, multiple players involved, one touch, two touch passing, and then finally a very, very good outside of the left finish, I think by Wilson.
Both of these teams are good. Yeah, like I mean, of course, Palace is good, but Fulham's also not bad. They are also picking up now after a bad start to the season. So, like I think overall the standard of the league has gone up so much. There are better managers, better players.
Yeah.
There's like a brain drain happening towards United Kingdom. Like imagine if Wrexham comes to the league next season, right? Like imagine
No,
the carnival. Imagine the
yeah.
carnival.
I
It's crazy.
I
Where are
think
they in the
Wrexham will take
championship?
at least no, they're mid-table. They'll take at least 3 seasons to come to the Premier League.
So they are picking up now. They are mid-table, but they have the momentum right now. They are like moving upwards and stuff. I don't think they will qualify. I agree that it will take some time, but
Yeah,
just imagine, right? Like, or a Birmingham comes like with Tom Brady.
I think Birmingham have a better
Yeah,
chance
yeah.
before Wrexham for sure.
But yeah, I mean that may not be such a big carnival as Wrexham, right? Like,
Hmm.
Hmm.
you'll have like Ryan Reynolds and Rob,
But
whatever his name
Birmingham
is.
and Wrexham are just 1 point difference, dude.
The difference is the budgets. Wrexham ka budget
Yeah.
is extremely low, whereas Birmingham, in a traditional sense, they have a higher ground capacity, they have a bigger fan base, and they have a better overall structure as well. Whereas Wrexham are just building up mainly because of the documentary. So it'll take Wrexham a lot more time. Like, for example, if you look at their record signings as well, like they usually try and get players who were second division or championship players and then got them down to a lower league and then came up with them. Now, most of those players have been kind of sold. So now they're again rebuilding. So I think it'll take 2, 3 seasons to get on track. The best opportunity would be to become a feeder club for one of the bigger, let's say, a
I
United or a
know. I don't think
Liverpool.
that's their objective.
No, in the sense that they can get 2, 3 players on loan from them and then start building a base. Like a feeder in the reverse way. Like you get
Yeah,
the
yeah.
best young players from these bigger clubs and try and establish yourself.
Yeah.
They got this kid called Callum Doyle from City, which
City,
was
yeah.
their record signing.
Hmm. And they got Arthur Akonkoa from Arsenal.
Oh, is it? But that was for
Keeper.
a free, right?
Also, the championship is like even more difficult than the Premier League.
Yeah.
Yeah, championship is
Come-
tough, dude. Like it's
Yeah,
46
to,
games back to back. It's very difficult.
yeah, to come out from there, you need more experience.
Yeah.
yeah. Cool. Let's wrap up, guys.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Any
So just a
final
few.
thoughts?
Yeah. So aside from the Premier League, there were a few important results over the weekend. So Barca beat Betis 5-3 away from home. Villarreal got a 2-0 win at home. And Atletico and Real both lost their respective games. The Real loss was more like grave in particular because they saw red cards to both of their left backs. First, Fran Garcia, followed by Carreras, and both of them actually got their second yellows like for a very stupid manner. Like Carreras got it for arguing with the ref, and I think Garcia's was also like almost like a 50-50. One of the yellow cards. I don't remember which one. So it's gonna be uh, two players out for Madrid, and they lost at home to Celta Vigo, and now Barca have got a 4 point lead again. So yeah,
Yeah, but now Madrid can play their best left back in his best position. Na?
who is the best left back?
Kamavinga.
Acha.
They won the Champions League with him there.
Madrid City is going to be a good game.
Yeah,
Madrid City is gonna be a good game, and surprisingly, Villarreal are now ahead of Atletico. So, and that's kind of interesting as well.
Yeah. Villarreal is like Aston Villa in the Premier League.
Absolutely, it's exactly the same
They have
analogy, and in
won.
fact, Villarreal actually have a game in hand as well. So, if they win their
and
game
Yeah.
in hand, they will come ahead of Real.
Yeah.
Villarreal were managed by Emery.
They were managed
Yeah.
by him, and now are they being managed by Ernesto Valverde?
I think so. No, I think that's Bilbao.
Bilbao. Okay, my bad.
I think maybe it's Marcelino again.
Let me check.
Yeah, it's Marcelinho again.
Yeah,
Acha.
Marcelo.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting as well. Then over in the Bundesliga, it's a one-way procession for Bayern. Kane got another hat trick as they beat their opponent final away from home, and they have just dropped 2 points in the Bundesliga all season. So I think that one's just like a procession to the title. Italy is a lot more interesting. Napoli and Inter both won against Juve and Como respectively. But Milan have a game in hand, and I think if they win, they will be top of the table right now. So it's a very close top three right now with Napoli, Inter, and Milan. And over
Yeah.
in France, unlike most other leagues, lowly lawns have been able to give PSG a run for their money so far. So they are in first place, whereas PSG are in second place, a point behind. So that will be like at least till the time they can hold on to their position, I think it'll be great. But just the fact that they've got these points on board, it'll be very interesting to see them play in the Champions League next season in case they can keep up the momentum.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's a wrap of the top five leagues.
Great. Thanks for watching, everyone. Hope you liked it. Share, like, subscribe, and we'll see you next weekend. Bye bye.